I know I'm a little bit late to the party. Don't even get in the comment section talking about it. Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon both get fired on the same damn day. This is some movie type shit. I'm excited. This is movie type shit. It's 2016 again. The world is a fucking movie. We're hyped up. It's time to go. Trump is about to run again. Biden is about to run again. Tucker and Don have been eliminated from their respective media platforms. This is hype. I'm hyped up. I'm hyped up. Of course of course my condolences to Tucker and Don for literally losing their jobs. But I would hope they're financially okay enough to recover from this. First, talk about Tucker. Now, Tucker got fired on Monday without warning. They say, like, oh, Fox News and Tucker Carlson have agreed to split, to split paths, split ways, mutual agreement. We've both agreed to part our separate ways, go our separate ways. Absolutely not true. Tucker Carlson ended his show on Friday night, assuming he would be back on Monday night. He thought his show was going to continue. They fired him probably on Friday and then told him, bro, you're fired on Monday. So one of the reasons why Tucker Carlson has probably lost his job is because he had some nasty messages, nasty in quotations, about the whole Trump losing the election thing. So Tucker Carlson said this. In case you guys didn't know, by the way, Fox News had a really nasty lawsuit recently with Dominion voting systems, where Fox News accused, they claimed that the election was stolen. Fox News claimed the election was stolen. So the company that was in charge of managing the electronic votes were like, oh, really? It's stolen. Come see us in court then. Since you're saying we over here stealing votes and manipulating elections, come see us in court. What's good? So Fox News ended up losing like $800 million in a loss. Shit was horrible, bro. But these are some of the messages that Dominion voting got a hold of as a result of the lawsuit. Tucker Carlson says this. Sidney Powell is lying, Carlson told a Fox News producer in a November 16, 2020 exchange before using expletives to describe Powell, an attorney representing Trump. You keep telling our viewers that millions of votes were changed by the software. I hope you will prove that very soon, Carlson wrote to Powell a day later. You've convinced them that Trump will win. If you don't have conclusive evidence of fraud of that scale, it's a cruel and reckless thing to keep saying. There was no indication that Powell replied. Fox attorneys noted that Carlson repeatedly questioned Powell's claims in his broadcasts. When we kept pressing, she got angry and told us to stop contacting her, Carlson told viewers on November 19, 2020. Now, this is important. If you're Tucker Carlson, and the fact that Tucker Carlson was saying this is actually good for Fox News, right? You got one of your guys who honestly shouldn't be doing anything but listening to what you tell him to say and saying, oh yeah, okay, bet, I'll just say that, I'll say that. Instead, he's clearly emotionally invested on some level in saying, hey, our viewers are receiving information from us and you're giving us this information. I don't think this information is true. You need to make sure that your sources and your evidence is solid because we cannot be up here giving the public loose information, just saying anything because you and Trump believe the election was stolen. We're not just going to let y'all do that. Tucker was like, look, y'all got to present the evidence. So apparently there was inner conflict within Fox News, some of it coming from Carlson saying, look, where's the facts? Y'all are saying this shit was stolen, but we don't want to report shit that isn't properly true. Carlson told his audience that he had taken Powell seriously, but that she had never provided any evidence or demonstrated that the software Dominion used siphoned votes from Trump to Biden. Carlson continued to trash Powell and Trump's legal team in a November 23rd, 2020 text exchange with fellow Fox host Laura Ingraham, and also bemoaned what he considered the president's passivity in the face of two Georgia runoffs, after saying it was pretty disgusting that more attorneys hadn't pushed back on the claims of Trump's attorneys who were trying to overturn the election results, Carlson wrote. And now Trump, I learned this morning, is sitting back and letting them lose the Senate. He doesn't care. I care. I got 4 kids and plan to live here. Fox's 2020 election coverage. Here's what else Tucker Carlson allegedly said. We worked really hard to build what we have. Those expletives are destroying our credibility. It enrages me, Carlson said in a November 6, 2020 exchange with an unidentified person. So basically, he's upset about the fact that Fox News, because they were jumping behind the whole election narrative, were losing confidence amongst their viewers. Conservative audience, the people in the audience are saying, you know what, it's kind of a shit show over here. You know, like we don't really like this stuff. We're not really moving with this. You know, apparently Fox viewers were outraged when the network called Arizona for Joe Biden on election night, a race call that was accurate. Fox executives and hosts began to worry about ratings as many of those viewers fled to other conservative outlets. Well, here's the thing, right? People are fleeing to other outlets not because Fox News called, Arizona in favor of Biden, but because people want to move towards information mixed with entertainment. And Fox News is far too corporate, far too Washingtonish, far too suit and tie. They're just not. Media's changing. News is changing. Personality has now become the cornerstone of media, more so than suit and tie, prim cut white guy or black guy or white woman talking on the screen. People want to see more now. People want entertainment. That is why they're losing an audience. The Daily Wire is really cleaning up everybody's audience. They're taking all the conservative people. They got Brett Cooper, Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, Matt Wall. They're stacked. They're absolutely stacked. And I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up Tucker Carlson. Tucker says this: "We worked really hard to build what we have. Those expletives are destroying our credibility. It enrages me," Carlson said in a November 6, 2020 exchange with an unidentified person. On November 8th, after Biden was declared the winner, Carlson texted a couple of other employees. "Do the executives understand how much trust and credibility we've lost with our audience? We're playing with fire, for real." So Tucker is questioning the executives behind the scenes, behind the backs of the executives. I can imagine that after all these messages were revealed, things probably got awkward in the office. Later in the chain, as others bring up Newsmax as an emerging competitor, Carlson said, "With Trump behind it, an alternative like Newsmax could be devastating to us." In text messages to a producer on November 13th, 2020, Carlson braced for a Trump press conference. "He's only good at destroying," Carlson said of the then president. He later added, in regard to the fraud allegations being made by Trump and his allies, "He's playing with fire." Now on to what he said about Trump. In a text exchange with an unknown person on January 4th, 2021, Carlson expressed anger toward Trump. He said that "we are very, very, very close to being ignored Trump most nights, and that I truly can't wait." Carlson said that he had no doubt that there was fraud in the 2020 election, but said Trump and his lawyers had so discredited their case and media figures like himself that it's infuriating, absolutely enrages me. Addressing Trump's 4 years as president, Carlson said, "We're all pretending we've got a lot to show for it because admitting what a disaster it's been is too tough to digest. But come on, there really isn't an upside to Trump." In text early in the morning of January 7, 2021, a day after the violent assault on the U.S. Capitol, Carlson and his longtime producer Alex Pfeiffer bemoaned how the rioters had believed Trump's election lies. "They take the president literally," Pfeiffer said. "He is to blame for everything that happened today. The problem is a little deeper than that, I'd say," Carlson replied. "Obviously, the problems are deep, but at the core of it, it is Trump saying it was stolen," Pfeiffer wrote. "Not the core," Carlson wrote. "Awful, but a symptom." Carlson later writes about Trump, "He's a demonic force." Tucker Carlson, I fuck with Tucker heavy, bro. I gotta meet Tucker one day. Carlson writes of Trump, "He's a demonic force, a destroyer." But he's not going to destroy us. I've been thinking about this every day for 4 years. Yo, I'm sorry, bro. This is fucking hilarious, bro. Trump is a demonic force. But in Tucker's defense, let me say something, right? Tucker Carlson is right about something. The reality is that the Trump presidency was a shit show. It was. It was an absolute shit show. It was a disaster. Controversy here, scandal there, scandal here, controversy there, chaos here, death and destruction there. It was a total disaster. It was the GOP's turn in time to show America what America First politics truly looked like. And instead, we got, with all due respect to Trump, absolute chaos. Like I said before, Trump's presidency was everything they thought Barack Obama's presidency would be. Scandals with porn stars, rumored baby mamas, warrants for arrest in other countries, all type of like, bro, like if you, bro, Trump was everything the GOP thought Barack Obama's black man presidency would be like. It's the truth. It was chaos. Trump's presidency was absolute chaos, and we could dance around it and act like it's not true, but it's absolutely true. Now let's move over to Don Lemon. Why Don Lemon was fired from CNN. Now, in case some of y'all don't know, Don Lemon has been a bit of a cowboy recently, and what I mean by that is, you can do the research of this yourself. Don Lemon has gotten into a lot of trouble in the last year concerning women. Don Lemon was on with Caitlin Collins and another woman, and he kept interrupting them and not allowing them to speak. Not only that, but Don Lemon allegedly, behind the scenes, off camera, was screaming and yelling at Caitlin Collins and just being unbelievably rude and disrespectful is what is alleged about Don Lemon. Don Lemon also said that Nikki Haley was not in her prime because she was old. You know, he said something along the lines of women, you know, at a certain age are no longer in their prime. Just stuff that you cannot say as a liberal, you know, left-wing political pundit. You can't say that. You cannot say those things. You can't have bad press with women. But then Don Lemon, to top it all off, has a discussion with a GOP candidate by the name of Vivek Ramaswamy. And Don Lemon, he tripped up. I ain't gonna lie. Your boy messed up. I'm gonna show you what he did wrong.
Because you say it's historical fact.
The part that I find insulting,
black man,
insulting that
but
you're
me regarding you as a fellow citizen. That you're
That's what I
sitting
think
here,
we should
whatever ethnicity you are, explaining to me.
What for to continue that conversation?
We'll
Thank
continue
you.
the conversation.
Yeah, that whole whatever ethnicity you are comment, I think that did Don Lemon in. I think that was their perfect moment to destroy him. Now, also, look at this white lady's face on the left of the screen. She is absolutely defeated. This is a common theme on Don Lemon's show. Other people not being able to speak. Also, let's look at this show. Let's look at the entire thing. Don Lemon is not by himself. He's with someone else on screen with him. In case you didn't know, Don Lemon was removed from his solo show and moved to like the morning show with a partner. Two partners, actually. They demoted him, which should have been his first sign of like, okay, these niggas really might fire me. Once they take... Don Lemon is like a household name. Don Lemon is an American face. Everyone knows this guy's face. Everybody knows this guy's name. They take you from your solo show and remove you down here with these two new people. I know who Caitlin Collins is, but still, Caitlin Collins is not even close to being Don Lemon in terms of status. They move you down here with the rookies. That should have been the first sign to your ass. It was over for you, or it was about to be over for your ass. Then Don Lemon goes and says, whatever ethnicity you are. I don't think that was the most offensive statement in the world. Of course, he's speaking to someone by the name of Vivek Ramaswamy. He could have just said, you know, someone who's East Asian or South Asian, whatever. He could have pulled that. He could have just said that. Instead, he said something that was a little bit insensitive. And, you know, that was probably CNN's perfect opportunity to say, like, bro, you know what? You're a little too wild. You're out of control. You gotta go. Now, ultimately, if you've been paying attention, you're probably sitting here looking at this video like, nigga, you have not given us any solid reasons for why any of these guys got fired. And that's exactly what happened. There's no solid explanation for why these guys got fired. Neither of them, Don or Tucker, neither of them have a solid explanation. Don Lemon went on the internet and was like, I can't believe this happened. I didn't know this was going to happen. Tucker is trying to play it off like they parted ways. They did not part ways. He did not know he was going to get fired. Neither of these guys knew they were going to get fired. This is unfortunately how corporate America is oftentimes. They don't tell you shit. It's just time for you to go. Goodbye. Now, what I think is going to happen is that Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon are more than likely going to create their own independent platforms on YouTube. This is going to be good for their careers. Are they going to be making as much money as they did on CNN, Fox News? Probably not. However, this gives them an opportunity to stretch their limbs and really ask themselves, what do they want from this job of being a political pundit? What do they want from this job? Because corporate media is dead. People want to see personality. People want to see daring. People want to see risk. Piers Morgan is killing the game, right? Piers Morgan is up there with Joe Rogan and why am I forgetting his name? Jeez. I'm forgetting his name. Curly-haired white guy who used to be an actor, Russell Brand. He's up there with Russell Brand and Joe Rogan. Piers Morgan is back and he's staying. He's been interviewing Andrew Tate. He interviewed Benjamin Netanyahu. He's been over there with all sorts of people doing all sorts of debates, interviews, everything. Piers Morgan is back on the scene and his career is tightly clutched within his grasp. He is back. Why? Because he now has his own independent media platform on YouTube. That's the facts. When he was on BBC Good Morning or whatever, they didn't even have the comment section turned on. You know how nasty that is? You know how much of a turnoff that is to the audience to where they can't even discuss what they've seen in the video? Piers Morgan is now back. He's better than ever. He's got his own platform. He just spoke to Alex Jones like last week. He's back. He's killing the game. And this is a prime opportunity for Tucker Carlson to do whatever the hell he wants to do. To turn up. To do whatever he wants to do. Dinosaur legacy media is dead. People want personality. This is why Academics is winning. Hassan Piker is winning. Destiny is winning. Sneeko is winning. These characters are... Alex Jones was winning. But one of the main reasons why he was so big is because of personality. Russell Brand is winning. Personality. And like I said before, the main reason why Alex Jones was winning back in the day was because he mixed information and entertainment. He was the first one to do it. He was the first one to be screaming and shouting on the camera, ripping his shirt off, talking about the globalists, blah, blah, blah. He was the first guy to do it. And he became massive before they banned him. Fox News needs to hope that they find another Tucker Carlson. Because if they don't find another Tucker, they just shot themselves in the foot. People can sit there and say shit like, oh, you know, Tucker will never be bigger than Fox News. It's not that simple. Fox News can sit there and say, oh, we're Fox News. No one's ever bigger than the program. The program is over with, dog. The age and era of legacy media is dying. People want to watch Andrew Callahan. I hate to say it. People want to watch Andrew Callahan, not Caitlin Collins. I'm sorry. It's true. Caitlin Collins does a great job asking people questions in public for CNN. Andrew Callahan is willing to go places and engage with certain audiences that she's not allowed to by CNN. If CNN wants to play this Washington, we're too good to talk to this group of people, we're too good to interact with that group of people, we're too good to do this or that, okay, bye. See you in 15 years. See if you can compete with these niggas on YouTube. See if you can compete, because you can't. You cannot. CNN, you cannot compete with Piers Morgan. You cannot compete with these independent media. You cannot. You cannot compete with the Daily Wire. Fox News, you cannot compete with the Daily Wire. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't. CNN, you can't compete with Hassan Piker. You can't. CNN, you cannot compete with Destiny. You can't. You're dying. Fox, you can't compete with the Daily Wire. They're stacked. They got Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, Brett Cooper, Matt Walsh, all in the same camp. It's like Young Money 2011. Drake, Nicki Wayne, Tyga. How are you going to beat that? If I'm Tucker Carlson or Don Lemon, I'm laughing my way to the bank. Yes, this is an L for the both of them, but they can take these L's and turn them into a W and create their own independent YouTube accounts, create their own media, do it their way, interview whoever they want to interview, talk to whoever they want to talk to, go to whatever protest they want to. They can do it their way. That is the beauty of the American system. That is the beauty of the free market. Legacy dinosaur media is done. CNN is slowly dying. Fox News is slowly dying. People want to see entertainment. People want to have fun when they watch the news. People want to see entertainers, characters. People want to have fun. They don't want to watch dudes in suits anymore. They're done with this Washington-esque vibe. They're done. It's over with. Trump is partly to blame, really to blame for that. But it's over with. So this is a blessing in disguise for Tucker. Hopefully he realizes that and takes advantage of that. And also for Don Lemon, I hope both of those dudes recover from being fired. I hope they both find a good path for themselves and their family. And shit, you know, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe.